dun, 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 nay, 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 no, 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 nay, 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 no. Nice girl's not the one with the defect. Cellophane shrink wrap, so correct. Red dogs under illegal legs. She looks so good that he gets down and begs. She's watching the detectives. Oh, it's so cute. She's watching the detectives when they shoot, 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 shoot. They beat him up until the teardrops start. But he can't be wounded 'cause he's got no heart. Long shot the jumping sun. Invisible shivers running down my spine. Cut to the baby taking off her clothes. Close upon the sign says, we never close. You snatch a chill and you match a cigarette. She pulls her eyes out with a face like a magnet. I don't know how much longer I can take any of this. She's filing her nails while they're dragging the lake. Oh, she's watching the detectives. Oh, he's so cute. She's watching the detectives. Oh, and they shoot, 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 shoot. They beat him up until the teardrops start. But he can't be wounded 'cause he's got no heart. You think you're alone until you realize you're in it now, baby's here to stay. Love is here for a visit. They call it instant justice when it's past the legal limit. Someone's scratching at the window. I wonder who is it? The detectives come to check if you belong to the parents who are ready to hear the worst about their daughter's disappearance. Though it nearly took a miracle to get you to stay, it only took my little fingers to blow you away. Just like watching the detectives. Don't get cute. Just like watching the detectives. Oh, I get so angry when the teardrops start. But he can't be wounded 'cause he's got no heart. Like watching the detectives. Just like watching the detectives. Watching the detectives. Watching the just like watching the just like what on just like watching the whenever they want to talk about a punk song that's got a reggae drum beat to it, that's the definitive song right there. You know, punk, reggae, reggae was really in at the time he made this song, and that was probably the reason why they took on that drum beat, because they knew they needed something like that. When disco came in, he refused to do disco. He was one of the few rockers who really stuck to not doing any disco tunes. Whereas somebody like Rod Stewart said he wasn't going to do a disco, and then he turns up doing it, because I guess he saw the money-making opportunity there. But as far as I know, I don't think Elvis Costello's ever done a disco tune. and that's a kind of good character attribute, not being easily moldable. Even though it's just, if you're trying to stick to a genre of music, and your fans are used to that genre, you don't want to turn them on their ear unless it's really something of the contents of your soul to be involved with another genre, And I guess Elvis Costello could see himself doing a disco tune, because disco was really not. It was a fairly seedy thing in the '80s to be a disco musician, because it's way too easy, and I think that was it. It was kind of like dumbing yourself down to do a disco hit, whereas something that's got a reggae sound to it's a little more challenging, and it's more challenging because you have to limit the notes you use, because the important thing in reggae, in a reggae tune, is the space, the rests are more important than the notes. The notes are important, but they're not as important as the rhythm, and so the rests, the space in between, is what brings out the difference between it and what the rest of the pop world is doing. And so, don 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 don, the rhythm there. And at that time, there was a number of different ways of playing a song, and one way was to just play something that wasn't taking on the stereotypical 4/4 time, which pretty much every song tends to use. And you have to be a good pianist to really be able to. I'm about to fall asleep.